So I've been an atheist for a few years now, and I get a lot of flack for being an atheist, as well as I've noticed all the flack that we atheists as a community get just in general, and it's kind of sad. Also, it's sad how much flack that is received by religious communities. It's not, it's not one way, but my eyes were opened a little bit when I became an atheist. A little bit about myself. I was raised Lutheran Christian, and a few years ago, like I've always just kind of had doubt a little bit because I don't know. I've always had doubt. Like I've always, it's like, how can there possibly be any sort of creator? But I wanted to believe because I fear death. I fear death with all of my being sometimes, and it's really hard. So it was easy for me to accept that there was an afterlife and some sort of creator that would take care of us no matter what. But then a few years ago, I kind of had my eyes opened, and I was like, I'm done being ignorant to what I have come to realize is fact to me. I believe that there is no higher power, and that when we die, nothing will happen. We'll just be energy released back into the universe. But this is simply what I believe, and death is still a crippling fear for me, and it would be so much easier for me to just accept that there is some sort of afterlife, but I'd be betraying myself. As an atheist, I honestly wish there was an afterlife. I wish that death was an absolute. I wish, so many things, but it's not going to happen. Like, there's points I'm just like, there's no point to my existence, and that's kind of the atheist's burden, almost. We have come to this conclusion that there's nothing out there. And this is what we believe. Now, in every group, there are the pretentious douchebags and the extremists. There are extremists in everything. There are extremists in fandoms. There are extremists with, owning animals. There are extremists in religion as well as atheism. There's extremists for everything. I mean, the Olympics, a couple of weeks ago, those are extremists. They push themselves to the limits and to master the sport that they've come to love. It's just, extremists come with everything, and an entire group can't be judged by these extremists. Like, as an atheist, I respect our constitutional right of being able to choose religion. It's like, hey, if you want to learn religion, if you want to practice, that is fine with me. That is cool. That is fine. I respect you. It doesn't matter to me. It honestly doesn't matter to me what your religion is, as long as you treat me with respect as a person. I don't care about your sexuality, your color, your religion, whatever. I'm going to treat you as a person based on how you treat me. That's it. That's just the simple thing. Like, you say, hey, I'm Muslim. I'm not going to think, oh, terrorist. If you've done nothing wrong to me, I'm not going to think badly of you. I don't judge somebody by their religion. You judge them by their actions and how the kind of person they've proved to be. As an atheist, people just assume I'm condescending and will try to denounce your God. I don't believe in your God, but if you believe in your God, if that helps you sleep at night, if that's how you want to live your life, if that is what makes your world go round, if that is how you base your morals, that's your decision. That is your choice. It doesn't matter to me what religion you practice. Just treat you other human beings with respect. Now, another the point I want to get to is, going back to the extremist things, like on Fun Substance. A site I go on there have been atheist positive posts, I think the one in particular I'm thinking of is like, there's a tree that's thousands and thousands of years old, and the caption on this tree is, "Hey, I don't remember any great flood." And people are saying, "Hey, why so much flack for religion, and why are you putting down our beliefs," and things like that. And I'm like, I don't think it's necessarily trying to put down your beliefs. I think we're just expressing our opinion. I mean, you shouldn't get religious on a site like Fun Substance, but an opinion is still being expressed. I mean, there are a lot of anti-atheist posts and things like that, but suddenly someone goes anti-religion, it's suddenly this entire war on religion, but someone goes anti-atheist, and it's like, oh, well, atheists are all pretentious douchebags who are condescending and will try to convert you, or you see a religious person, oh, they're all homophobes who are going to try to convert you, and it's ridiculous. You see, I see something that rags on an atheist, I'm gonna ignore it, because it's not true. So, if you honestly, you see a post about a tree that is thousands and thousands and thousands of years old that could possibly disprove the fact of ever there being a great flood, just ignore it, because you believe that there was a great flood, and you believe it to be true. So, what does it matter what everybody else thinks? I don't think we should try to convert each other to our way of thinking. I think we should just treat each other with respect. There's stuff on both sides. I think, in schools and stuff, which is the point that comes up a lot, children should be taught scientific fact, and religion should be left out of it. That is my opinion. I think religion should be, unless we're just learning about the fundamentals of religion, in this year in history, I learned about, Hinduism and Buddhism and stuff like that. It was really fascinating to learn about this sort of stuff. But I don't think religion as a course should be taught in school, like a Sunday school sort of thing. It should be taught as, just fundamentally understanding different religions. And then outside of school, people can decide for themselves what religion they choose to practice. Now, I don't think in schools either we should promote atheism, but we should, present kids with what we know and let them decide on their own. I don't think it's right for, religious people to come up to my door and tell me that I need to be saved, but I don't think it's right for atheists to go around saying you're all living in the dark and you're all idiots for ignoring science. But try to keep ignorance to a minimum. If you're gonna insult either side, please, back it up with facts, not, just treat each other with respect, and if you see something you don't believe to be true, just ignore it, because if you honestly believe it not to be true, then skip over it, You see a homophobic post saying, gays are wrong in the eyes of God. Well, just ignore it, because if you believe it to not be true, then that is what you believe. Don't bother trying to change the minds of others, especially on the internet, which is kind of, I'm making this video. But I'm just trying to prove that not all atheists are out to kill your God. I'm saying we should just treat each other with respect, and hopefully I can, hopefully open people's eyes to, if anybody watches this, but open people's eyes to just treat each other like humans, Just because I have different beliefs than you doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I have a friend who's a Christian, and I have a friend who's agnostic, It doesn't matter to me. And I think that people should realize that we're all just trying to make our way in the world, and if having a religion helps you in your way, go for it. If being an atheist makes you happy, go for it. I just freedom of choice, freedom of speech, freedom to just walk away and ignore. And my screen went off there for a second. But, yeah.